Since this is a cow-calf rendezvous, so to speak, 1980 there were 37 million beef cows. We just did an audit here, a census, July 25th, 2014. Has anybody got an idea what that number is today? 29.7. That's the beef cow. Another census was done in 2010 on cow-calf operators. Any clue in the United States how many there are? 750,000. And of those cow-calf operators, how many operate 100 head or less? 40%. That's a pretty shocking number. Those are just, when Jerry and Nate invited us up here, we wanted to figure out a couple things, maybe throw back at you guys. In fact, our outgoing COO, Jim Lochner, who was a college professor before he was IBP at the University of Wisconsin. This guy's got 20,000 questions going through his head day in and day out. So he came up with this test, and these are some of the questions off of it. And he was going to give this to his 1978 meat judging team from the University of Wisconsin, who were all reuniting out at his place in Bozeman, Montana. And I don't know about you guys, but if I'm going back for a little reunion, last thing I want to do is take another test. But that's the way Jim is, and I'll throw out one last question. Top 2 fed kill capacity states in the United States for slaughter cattle. You got 50% right. It's Nebraska and Kansas. Everybody would think Texas, but you got to remember Cargill shut down Plainview. That lost 6,000 head capacity per day. And there's a reason Tyson IBP, going back to IBP, when we started building plants, we stayed in the Corn Belt, we stayed in the northern plains. At that time, back in the 60s and 70s, that's where the cattle were. They progressively moved south, but last time I checked, Nebraska's #1 feeding state. And we're just happy where we're at today.
Thanks, Bob. We're happy you're where you're at, too. Nebraska and South Dakota are geographically located, we think, very well to be competitive and stay competitive in the beef industry. I mean, we got winter, but I think all the other pluses of feed access, processing access, quality of cattle, I mean, the good outweighs the bad, so we got a lot to be thankful for. Someone has some questions. Question in the crowd? The question is when they're going to open up the beef plant in Aberdeen and what's it going to take? Who would like to take that one?
We feel right now as an industry we're over capacity, about 11,000 head per day currently. And the reason I say that is the domestic consumption rate has dropped. And as the domestic consumption rate, you're not always going to have the exports to back up the overflow that the U.S. does not consume. We're getting a lot of tough standards coming out of countries like China, like Korea, Japan. We're trying to get more business into Mexico, Chile. But you're also competing with the South American packers. And domestically, like I said, we feel we're over capacity for what we consume today. It's an unfortunate deal, but real quick before I forget, and I promised Jerry that I would mention this, any of you guys ever get in close to one of our facilities, get with Nate, get with Jerry, you can call me, and we'd really love to take you through a plan.